good in her semi-final. Then in 5, the 100 champion Sabrina Dockery false started in the 200 meters last year at the KAFAC Games. She is looking for redemption and the sprint double. No Tiana Springer, as I told you. She's been withdrawn for precautionary reasons. She was to be in 4th, the Guyanese. And Frederick, the defending champion, goes in lane number 3, looking to repeat. And in lane number 2, Nia Wright of the Bahamas comes in with a 24 seconds flat clocking, qualified as a non-automatic.
Surprised they didn't move someone up to fill that vacant spot.
Well, I think the withdrawals probably came too late for that. So 6 for this final, but it's a high quality 6.
Not sure how that will affect the defending champion. She'll have a vacant lane next to her.
There's Dockery, the 100 champion. Ran a personal best 11.26 to win that. I think anyone who wants to win this has to be ahead of Douglas at 160. Away they go. Dockery flew out of the blocks. So too did Frederick. Frederick is running brilliantly. The Jamaican Dockery coming forward now. Frederick, the defending champion, is in front. Dockery starts to chase. Douglas is coming forward as well. Douglas, Frederick and Dockery. That's the way they finish. 23 flat for Shonoya Douglas. She was always going to be the danger in the last 20 or 25 meters. That's where she poured forward. And Frederick could not hold her off, but she does have a silver medal, Frederick, as Shonoya Douglas celebrates gold. 23.03, that's a personal best for her. She has gone on the 23 before, but that was wind assisted at the KAFAC Trials, 22.85. And tonight, she is number 1 in the KAFAC region at half lap. Frederick watched her sister Frederick win gold last year. She has silver this time around. Personal best for her as well, 23.07. Sabrina Dockery, the 100 champion, has to settle for the bronze here at 200 meters. But she too has put in a fine performance. That race was every bit as exciting as we expected it to be.
Fantastic contest. Springer not even really missing in this one, because the 2 Jamaicans and the 2 Trinidadians gave us everything that we could have hoped for.
23.13 for Dockery, outside her personal best, which was set in qualifying at 23.10. The Frederick sisters, well, it was all Sania last year, and it's Soleil this time.
Soleil looked a lot sharper in qualifying, certainly, and justified that, continued that fine form into the final. Ran a great curve. You see her there between the 2 Jamaicans. And one wonders if perhaps Sana, not having that athlete right next to her, could have done better on the curve. Coming through here, she does though have the advantage, but her sister and the Jamaican.
The women's U2200 meter final at the 2024 KAFAC Games unfolded as a breathtaking exhibition of youthful Caribbean sprinting talent. Although Guyana's Tiana Springer withdrew as a precaution, reducing the field to just 6, the contest lost none of its thrill. In fact, it became one of the fiercest duels of the meet, ignited by the perennial rivalry between Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago. All eyes were on Jamaica's Sabrina Dri, eager to add a second gold after her 100-meter victory. Opposite her stood Trinidad and Tobago's Shaniqua Frederick, the reigning champion, determined to defend her crown with the support of her twin sister, the previous year's titleholder, watching from the stands. Another Jamaican, the rapidly rising Shonoya Douglas, had already made waves in the heats with a sharp 23.16 and looked ready to spoil the script. At the crack of the starter's pistol, Frederick blasted out of the blocks and carved a flawless curve, powering into the straightaway with a commanding lead. For much of the distance, her rhythm and authority suggested a successful title defense was on the way. Yet the decisive moment was still to come. In the final stretch, Douglas timed her attack to perfection. With a surge of speed and composure, she overhauled Frederick in the closing 25 meters, stopping the clock at a lifetime best of 23.03. While she had dipped under that mark with a legal wind in the past, this was her first legal entry into the low 23s, confirming her arrival among the Caribbean's brightest sprinting hopes. Frederick, though edged out in the dying strides, clocked a personal best of 23.07, a performance that underscored her progress and hinted at a higher ceiling yet to be reached. DRI, meanwhile, could not quite reproduce her earlier brilliance but still battled to third place in 23.13, just shy of her qualifying mark of 23.10, adding bronze to her growing resume. Though her quest for a double gold fell short, DRI's back-to-back medals reaffirmed her as one of the most complete and versatile young sprinters in the region. Her consistency across both short sprints illustrated depth few can match. Springer's absence inevitably changed the complexion of the race. The empty lane beside Frederick may have altered the psychological flow, but the remaining 6 ensured the atmosphere and quality stayed intact. The race also served as a reminder of the Caribbean's sprinting depth. Competitors from the Bahamas and the U.S. Virgin Islands added further edge to the contest, bringing their own determination and skill. Together, the group reinforced why the Caribbean remains athletics' most fertile breeding ground for sprinting greatness. Looking ahead, Douglas' late race poise suggests she is primed for success on bigger stages, while Frederick's mix of blistering starts and developing endurance will keep her in contention against anyone. DRI, already proven at 100 meters, remains a constant podium threat. As these athletes transition to senior ranks, contests like this will sharpen their instincts and steel them for global competition. Caribbean sprinting's legacy remains alive and secure, now carried forward by a hungry new generation. If this race was any indication, women's sprinting is on the brink of a thrilling new chapter. What makes this final unforgettable is not only the times on the clock, but also the way these athletes delivered under pressure. Douglas showed maturity beyond her years, waiting patiently before striking with perfect timing. Frederick, though narrowly beaten, displayed heart and determination that will serve her well in future battles. DRI, collecting medals in both sprints, proved she belongs among the most reliable competitors of her age group. Together, they embodied the spirit of Caribbean sprinting, fearless, resilient, and always ready to rise on the biggest stages.